Hello, these are my interviews. Hi,
How you doing?
do you know anything about Bitcoin?
Very little.
What have you heard about it?
Oh, I know it's a cryptocurrency, easily traded, easily sold, easily cashed out.
I think you know more than you think, based upon my interviews at least so far.
Okay, it's good.
So what does cryptocurrency mean?
It just means a currency that's below the accepted currency.
Okay. So it's not backed by any government.
Right,
It doesn't have any physical form.
right,
Okay. Do you know what blockchain is?
right. It's a website where you buy certain
Okay.
Bitcoin and you can cash it out through that website.
Yeah. So there's exchanges where you can buy it and sell it. Okay.
Mhm.
Have you ever thought about buying it?
I have
What stopped you?
the current price.
Okay. So if it was lower, you might buy it in the hopes that it would go up.
Absolutely.
Okay. What would it have to come down to make that happen for you?
3,000 range.
Okay. So not in the hundreds like it used to be.
Yeah, 3,000 range for sure. There's room there. There's room there.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
Do you know anything about Bitcoin?
Yes.
What do you know?
I know that there was a surge a while ago in the price, but now the price is pretty it's pretty high right now,
Okay.
and it's hard to obtain Bitcoin just because of the mining process.
Okay. So can you buy Bitcoin without mining it?
Yes, it's very expensive though.
Okay. Okay. So you like the mining it, put in the computational process versus buying it with cash.
Well, both are very hard to do because you have to get the cash to buy it, which is very high. I think I don't know the price right now, but I know it's very high. But the mining process is also really hard nowadays.
Did you know you don't have to buy a full Bitcoin?
Yeah, you can buy a partial Bitcoin at a cheaper price, but then you have a partial Bitcoin.
Yes.
So the price will go up as you have but you only have a partial. So it's still a sizable amount of money to own partial Bitcoin, but
Do you know what blockchain is?
yes. So that's the mine part of the mining process, right?
It's the ledger
Yeah.
or technology that creates it, and mining is a part of that process.
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't own any Bitcoin?
No.
Do you have any plans to own it?
No.
Do you ever think something like Bitcoin will replace current currencies?
I mean, in a perfect world, I think it would, because it would solve a lot of issues and whatnot, rather than having monetary value. Because if you think about it in that kind of aspect, printing money is expensive and whatnot, and most of our money is already digital, so
Yeah.
it's not that big of a leap, really.
Would it need a backing of a government to do that?
Oh, definitely,
Okay.
definitely. A government would need to say yes, we want this. We want to use this as our currency.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Hi.
Hi.
Do you know anything about Bitcoin?
No.
Never heard of it at all.
No.
Okay. So it's a cryptocurrency, and it has no physical form, and it's not backed by any government. Does that sound weird?
Yeah.
So nothing you'd be interested in because it's not physical form or anything like that.
I don't know anything about it, so.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right, thanks.
Hi.
Hi,
Do you know anything about Bitcoin?
I've heard of it.
What have you heard?
I think you can watch it on the stock exchange, right? Go up and down. Or
It's,
on something.
yeah, there's a place where you can watch it
Yes,
go up and
yes.
down. Okay.
So I hear about it like that on the news.
So because it goes up and down a lot like a stock, it
Yeah.
makes the news.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything you'd be interested in buying?
Nope.
No. Because it doesn't have government backing.
No government backing, and I need something physical.
I need to touch it. Okay.
Yeah.
So have you heard of blockchain?
No.
Okay. So Bitcoin, interestingly, is built on a technology called blockchain, and it's currently being used for currency,
Okay.
but that technology can be used for other things. So I'll give you an example. I ran into a student yesterday, freshman, doing a seminar over the summer with a professor, and they're using blockchain to help with supply chain management.
Okay.
So everyone, let's say coffee, okay, from the person that grows the coffee to the person that houses it to the person that sells it to the person that consumes it. They all put it on blockchain, and they can track where it went. So Bitcoin has technology that you can use more than just for money.
Okay.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
Do you know anything about Bitcoin?
A bit.
Tell me what you know. That was a good pun.
I know that it can be used as currency.
Okay.
It does something called BitChain, right?
Blockchain.
Blockchain.
Yeah, yeah.
I know that it has to do something with like an online economy,
Okay.
and you can use it. It's untraceable. That's what it's.
It can be anonymous. Yeah.
Okay. It skyrocketed in price and then fell abruptly.
Okay.
Uh,
Wow, you know a lot.
I bet. I don't know. The internet.
Well-
Rumors.
Well, I think you know more than most people I've interviewed, so you're doing good.
I guess.
So, is it something you'd ever think about buying?
I thought about it, but probably not.
Do you think it could replace our current money in 10, 20, 30, 40 years?
Maybe not Bitcoin, but another cryptocurrency.
So, this is the start of it then.
Yeah, I could see it being a big thing.
So, what positives do you see in Bitcoin from what you've heard?
It's you can divide it in more than,
So, small pieces.
small pieces.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so micropayments, let's say.
Yeah, micropayments. There you go.
What are some negatives you've heard about it?
Well, the anonymous thing, it could be used for criminal activity.
Okay, so anonymous has good and bad sides to it.
Yeah. It's in code, so it can be, stolen easily by coders.
So, yep, so if you don't keep track of your private keys.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem.
Hi.
Hi.
Do you know anything about Bitcoin?
I really don't.
You haven't heard about it in the news at all?
I've heard about it from my family members,
Okay.
but I haven't really paid attention to what they were saying.
So you have family members that have it or just talk about it?
To be honest, I don't even know if they have it.
So it's a cryptocurrency.
Okay.
So it's online. It has no physical form, coins, dollars, and it's not backed by any government.
Okay.
And probably why you've heard your family members talking about it is it went from like a value of $1 to $20,000.
Okay.
And people became billionaires, not millionaires, billionaires.
I do remember
Overnight.
hearing something about that. Yes.
Okay. So that's why I was just asking the question.
I see. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
Do you know anything about Bitcoin?
I do not.
You haven't heard anything about it in the news?
My access to it was limited as far as my knowledge of it.
So it's a cryptocurrency that has no physical form.
Yep.
Isn't backed by any government.
Yep.
So does that sound interesting, good, bad?
I don't have an opinion on that actually.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you.
Hi.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Do you know anything about Bitcoin?
No, nothing.
Nothing at all.
Yeah.
So you haven't heard about it in the news?
I've heard of it just through social media and news. That's about it.
Okay. So Bitcoin is called a cryptocurrency,
Okay.
meaning it has no physical form, no dollars, bills.
Okay.
It's not controlled by any government.
All right.
Okay. And therefore, it doesn't have any backing, like, the U.S. dollar in theory is backed by gold in Fort Knox.
Gotcha. Okay.
Does that sound interesting?
Well,
different?
I guess it's somewhat concerning in the fact that how is it regulated?
Okay. It isn't.
So that would be a concern for me.
Okay. Have you heard of something called blockchain?
I have not.
Okay. So Bitcoin, interestingly, is two parts. There's the money part.
Okay.
Okay. And then there's the technology underneath it, which is called blockchain.
Gotcha.
And blockchain is interesting because it's a distributed ledger. So like there was a student here yesterday, freshman, I love this, freshman student staying the summer to do a project with a professor on blockchain and how it can be used for supply chain management.
Wow.
So, starting from manufacturer all the way to consumer, and a secure transaction all the way in between.
Nice. Okay.
Does that sound interesting?
It does. It sounds like it'd be kind of neat to watch that through the process.
So the key is Bitcoin is really two things. There's the crazy money side,
Okay.
and then there's the technology which might be used for other things.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds good.
That's it. Thank you.
Yeah. Very cool. Thanks.
Hi.
Hello.
Do you know anything about Bitcoin?
I know that it's a cryptocurrency, but that's about it.
That's a good start. What does cryptocurrency mean?
Like fake money that exists only online? Is
Okay.
that accurate?
So it has no physical form. There's no dollars or pennies or anything like that, right?
Right.
It's not backed by any government.
Okay.
So therefore, if something happens to it, there's no one to give you your money back.
Right.
So like the US dollar in theory is backed by a whole bunch of gold sitting in Fort Knox.
Right.
So in theory, there's something to go get if something bad happens.
Right.
So cryptocurrency means there's none of that.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that does.
Okay.
Mhm.
Have you ever thought about buying Bitcoin?
Nah, I can't see what the point would be.
So from your perspective, not worth looking at because it is fake.
Yeah, pretty much. It just seems like a random thing that has no particular impact on my life.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Do you know anything about Bitcoin?
Bitcoin. Not very much. I've heard of it. I don't know a lot about it.
What have you heard?
It's mostly like it's a money kind of thing, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
currency.
it's like a program, a currency kind of thing. Not too familiar with it though.
So it's called a cryptocurrency
Okay.
because it has no physical form.
Mhm.
There's no bills or coins. Okay. It's not backed by any government.
Gotcha. Okay.
Does that sound weird?
That does sound a little bit weird.
Yeah.
Most of those things are backed by some sort of governmental.
So this is the first currency
I see.
that's not backed by a government.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you hear in the news when it became really popular because it went from like $1 to $20,000?
I did not.
Okay.
I did not.
That's about it. Thank you very much.
Yep. Thank you.